guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. We have got another EZA right here. This data download has 3 EZA characters for both Global and JP Dokkan, right? Now, this is the Teq Final Form Cooler. Now, this guy's in an impossible position, right? Because LR Cooler is just, like, ridiculous, right? It does further hurt this guy. That LR Cooler is kind of like almost like the definitive, like, number 2 slot character, right? Like, you put LR Cooler slot 2, and, like, that's just always where you're putting him, right? So that hurts the potential of running this guy on the team as well, since, you know, you're going to want to run LR Cooler in slot 2. It's not even like you could float this guy, because then these characters, you know, this guy would have no links activated. But I do kind of like the way that they designed this character. So, to me, it seems like this is sort of a character that's going to be a lot more impressive in, like, Super Battle Road or Battlefield content. Or at least, that's where you can kind of take advantage of some of his effects, right? So, his super attack effect, he's getting 30% attack and defense for the turn. And then he has a medium chance to stun, right? And then in his passive, right, he has a guaranteed stun, stuns the attacked enemy if there's an enemy whose name includes Goku once only. If we think about that in the context of Super Battle Road, I think that can be fairly impressive. And then Cooler also has a 70% chance to crit if the enemy is stunned. So I could see this guy putting in work in Super Battle Road stages, I think. I think that this character could really, really help you out in some Super Battle Road stages, going for stuns and stuff like that. He has pretty much the same, you know, great link set that these Cooler characters typically have. Strongest clan in space, Thirst for Conquest, Big Bad Bosses, Brutal Beatdown, Metamorphosis, Universe's Most Malevolent, and Fierce Battle. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we got right here. So we're at 241k. Cooler does get 20% attack and defense with each super attack performed, up to a max of 50%. So he does have to super 3 times for him to be fully built up right here. Let's just see what he looks like. If you have LR Cooler, probably not going to be able to get too much use out of this guy unless you're using him, again, in Super Battle Road content. But I do think he's decently solid. Like, I actually see some value, I think, for this LR Final Form Cooler right here, right? I feel like he actually could be fairly helpful for a lot of players. So let me know what you guys think about this Final Form Cooler. But I do think that he can actually potentially put in some work. Because it's like, whereas, like, I don't know, Full Power Frieza's completely doing the same thing that EGL LR Full Power Frieza is doing, just in a worse way. At least this Cooler right here is doing different stuff than LR Cooler, right? With the stuns and stuff like that, you know, LR Final Form Cooler is not doing that, right? So there's actually, there could be incentive to using this guy in some of these Super Battle Road stages, the Teq Cooler. I mean, even with the stuns, obviously the Teq Cooler is not going to be able to match up to this guy, right? I mean, this guy, turn 1 in Super Battle Road, you know, he gives you 3 12-key super attacks, and defensively, he'll be on a different level already, right? Like, that's something you definitely do want to keep in mind, but I do like what we've got with this Teq Final Form Cooler, right? I don't know that I'm going to put him as one of, like, the best EZA TEQ or something like that. Is he? I don't know. I feel like once we get him next to, like, SDR base Cooler, like, his stats are going to look really impressive. Like, just his raw stats are going to look very impressive, right? Of course, we are in the 200% leader skill right here. Cooler has, what, 2 200% leader skills? He's on Ginyu's leader skill, and he's also on LR Final Form Cooler's leader skill. Both of those leader skills this guy is getting, the 200% leaders. Okay, so that's decent for sure. All right, so let's see what we get right here. So this is going to be a bit of a better turn for our boy Cooler, because we're going to have all 7 links active, which he has with this Cooler. I'm telling y'all, this guy, his EZA, if it happens, will just be very interesting for this team. With the way he works with all of these Frieza and Cooler characters, man, I don't know, like, I feel like Metal Cooler is 100% getting his EZA, right? This guy right here. I am positive this guy's EZAing during the celebration. Hopefully this guy will as well. If they EZA this guy and Metal Cooler at the same time, oh, my God, Cooler will have, like, damn near the best team in the game. I don't feel like there's any conceivable way, like, Trunks and Vegeta don't have the best team, right? Like, it just seems impossible. But, like, this would be, like, right there, I think. 319k. Again, remember, we're still building up his passive. 20% attack and defense every super attack performed. And then he's also getting 30%. Cooler does have a guaranteed additional, too. This Teq Cooler. He has a guaranteed additional. That's a 30% chance of being a super, so he's a decent little easy. I mean, this is a character this guy's been like a 0, essentially, since he released, right? Okay, so now this is him fully built up right here. This guy's, yeah, been a 0 since release, right? Like, now, like, he's better right now than he was when he originally got his Dokkan Awakening on March 1st, 2017, right? I think so. Oh, okay, so this is going to be a crazy turn for the this is a strong rotation right here, okay. Well, bye, Goku. See you later, Goku. It was fun. Yeah, it is funny, like, taking these level of characters into, like, this is difficult content from a year ago. And look at the way it just gets, like, turned inside out, right? Like, Cooler starts busting out 80 of these additionals. Once those crits start coming in, and, granted, Goku's health is just disintegrating in a second. That's what's funny, like, I could think of, like, a year from now, right? Worldwide Download Celebration 2023, how those characters would just, like, destroy the Red Zone, right? Red Zone Broly getting one shot by, I don't know, Dokkan Fest LR Legendary Super Saiyan Broly or something like that, right? Definitely, I could see it happening. All right, Cooler is still going. Yeah, we got it, buddy. This guy, dude. Cooler, like, any given turn, he could be just, let's just super attack 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, whatever. Let's just go ahead and hit all this out. Yeah. Then there's Cool EZA. Cool EZA, pretty solid as well. Okay. So we have Teq Final Form Cooler fully built up, level 7 links activated. This is essentially going to be the same turn as the turn with Garlic Jr., right? We have Coolers fully built up. 399k defense right there. I mean, yeah, he would be able to tank, AGL Broly. He's decent for sure, right? Like, I definitely am kind of, like, thinking of this guy in a different fashion than, like, LR Full Power Frieza. Although I think LR Full Power Frieza, he would get... Does he get slightly higher defense, or is it... No, this guy might be even better. I don't know. It's... like, in my head, I'm, like, dying to be like, nah, this Teq Cooler sucks, but... I don't know. Just with the way expectations are, like, I saw that this guy was EZing in the Celebration info, and it's like, oh my god, like, this guy's a 0. Like, this guy's gonna be literally nothing, right? And I feel like that's not the case. I feel like this guy could actually put in a little bit of work in some stages. This is the type of character right here, this Cooler, who I think could be incredibly beneficial for, like, free-to-play players, right? Because there's a really good chance you would have pulled this Teq Cooler over and over and over again on a lot of different banners, throughout the years, right? And this guy could really help, like, a free-to-play player in, like, Dokkan Battlefield, again, or, like, a Super Battle Road stage. So, this is a character that actually can sort of give some players some value. So, I do think that sort of, like matters, right? Like, him having that extra ability in Super Battle Road and Battlefield is pretty good. So, we'll go ahead and do this next turn. Let me know what you guys think of this Teq Cooler. I guess there's not really too much more to say here, but, I mean, he definitely is a strong character, right? Like, there's no doubt about that. It just shows... like, what the minimum, like, requirement is to be, like, a decent character now, right? It's like, this Cooler is at, like, 350k defense turn 1. I'm like, yeah, he's solid. Solid unit, right? He's solid. Very solid. Actually, I'm gonna just do this. I would like to get one more turn here. I don't think we would finish off Goku unless I gave LR Cooler, like, complete crazy keys, so... let me know what you guys think of the Teq Final Form Cooler. Again, I think Battlefield, Super Battle Road, he could help you out in. Potentially, maybe, like, some EZA stages. Is there an EZA that this guy could help out in? Yeah, AGL Super Vegito. You could use him to potentially get Zenny. Although I've said this many times. Zenny nowadays would be very easy to accumulate. If you link level on stage 28-2, you get ridiculous rank EXP to the point where you're going to rank up every single day while also getting insane amounts of Zenny. So I can't imagine Zenny is going to be an issue if you use stage 28-2, which again, you are basically getting your stamina back for free because you're going to be ranking up so much, right? So, you know, with that, I just don't see Zenny being an issue so much moving forward for people, but, you know, we'll see, right? You do have to actually still go into the trenches and do some link leveling, you know, to take advantage of all that. So, let me know what you guys think of this LR, or, well, not LR, but this sub EZA TEQ Final Form Cooler right here. He's decent. I could see myself using this guy in Battlefield and, like, some no-item runs and stuff like that. This is a fine character, so let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.